Today I'm going to show you how to make this absolutely gorgeous mica and glitter swirl tumbler. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to join my free Facebook group with the link in the description. Also, if you like my style of teaching, I offer more exclusive content and more intermediate designs in my mentorship group, where I also offer all of my SVGs. If you'd like to join that, there is also a link in the description. Let's get started. We're going to start off with a True 22 from the Tipsy Magnolia. Make sure you check the description down below for a discount code. And then you are going to grab a handful of mica powders that will all coordinate. Something in the same color family, just in case they mix on the next step, that they will just make a beautiful color and not mud. And then we are going to find a paint color that coordinates with the mica powders, and we are going to base paint our tumbler. I have 4 mica powder colors. I have a light green, a light purple, and then kind of like a tealy turquoise, and then that kind of dark maroon color. And we are going to add all of those to a little bit of mixed up epoxy. And then I also have 2 coordinating glitter colors, which are You Wish and Lavender Lust. And we are going to mix those into a little bit of epoxy as well. And just for a note, it is better to use a finer glitter for this method than it is to use a chunky. Now that your paint is all dry, we're going to take a little bit of epoxy and apply it to our tumbler. This should be a little bit heavier than you would be applying for like the glitter method, but not as heavy as a full coat, if that makes sense. Now we are going to take our mica powders and epoxy, and we are going to take our stick and just grab a bead of that epoxy, and then we are going to just lightly drop it off in a stream on the tumbler as it is spinning. You can apply this in any sort of pattern that you would like. If you would like more of one color, just keep those streams of epoxy closer together. Your tumblers should look somewhat like this, where they just look like stripes and some of that paint underneath still showing. You now are going to grab a paper towel, and with a gloved finger, we are going to just kind of spread out that mica powder with the finger one color at a time. When you go to switch colors, that is when that paper towel will come in handy, and you're just going to wipe your finger on the paper towel and then go on to the next color, just spreading it out a little bit and getting it to lay a little bit flatter. This is where you will get to the point of deciding how much of this mica powder you want blended or if you want it completely separated. I just keep going over mine until I kind of get the look I am looking for. And this is why we also had to stay in the same color family, because if they do mix a little bit, it would just make an additional beautiful color and not mud. So once you get it laying down the way you would like it, you can also go in and decide if you would like to add a little bit more of one of the colors, or you can leave it as is. I went back in with that kind of, I don't even know what color it is, like a bright pink magenta color, and I just added a few thin stripes of that in there to break up the other three colors. Now that you have the mica powders looking the way you would like, this is when you are going to go back and grab your glitter colors. This one is Lavender Lust, which is a really light purple. And we're going to do the same thing by just laying that on top of the mica powder in a swirl pattern. And you want to just kind of let it drizzle off of that stick and not lay it down too much. This will have a little bit of movement, and it will also kind of push the mica powders out to the side of the glitter, and it just gives it some really cool dimension. I'm going to do this with the purple, and then I will go on to the gold, which I think just really brought that wow factor, and do the same thing. Be a little bit careful on how much you apply to your tumbler, because you also don't want to take away from those beautiful swirled micas. Tumbler should look something like this. Isn't she absolutely gorgeous? Now we don't want too much movement here, so if you need to go ahead and pop any bubbles, do it fairly quickly with your torch, and just pop them really quick and then leave it alone and let it do its thing. Depending on the drying time of your epoxy, I used fast set, so it won't have a ton of movement, but if you use regular set, it will move a little bit more, but it shouldn't move a ton unless you apply too much epoxy at the beginning. Now it's time to add our decal. This is a hand-lettered file that says "Let Them" with a cute heart. It is really soft. I didn't want it to take away from the design on the tumbler, and since the tumbler is a little busy with all of the colors, I also didn't want it to overpower that. This will be in my January Google Drive in my mentorship group, where I give away all of my hand-lettered SVGs. You get new ones every single month. You should come join us. I offer exclusive content over there. I am just going to add this decal kind of with the flow of the micas and the glitter, and just angle it going upwards. Now you can take your tumbler back over to your turner and apply your final layers of epoxy. And here is our tumbler all finished. I love how the decal is almost kind of like a hidden message. It doesn't overpower the tumbler, but you can see it, and it actually just goes with the flow of the design as well. Thanks so much for watching.